and welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 of Pro Wrestling's Top 50. I'm your host, Travis McNeil, and today we continue our countdown of the top 50 matches in Impact Wrestling history with match number 47 on our list, which is the last man standing match between AJ Styles and Bully Ray from the TNA Slammiversary 9 event held back on June the 12th of 2011. Bully Ray during this period is a phenomenon. He is someone that, predominantly in a tag team role. WWE in 2002, attempted a little bit of a singles push with him that, really didn't get too much steam behind it. Say what you will about the man himself, but he was absolutely incredible when he was given the ball and allowed to run with it in TNA. And his run from 2011 through 2013 was really, really good. And I think it's an era of TNA that doesn't get a ton of love. That was in this weird kind of like post the initial Hulk Hogan debut and transformation of the company, when people kind of maybe decided, all right, this isn't the TNA that I used to love. This maybe isn't for me anymore. But one thing they did really, really well was the rise of Bully Ray, that I'll call it. And this match was the first one that he had that really showed the potential that he had as a top level main event heel. And to his credit, AJ Styles is incredible all the time, right? And he was no different in this match. So you just had a really good personal rivalry with a good gimmick that just felt like a good fight. Bully's really good here. He's so good at trash talking and just making the crowd despise him. And he does an excellent job here, just, demanding the referee count, every time AJ's knocked down, even when it's not going to be anywhere close to a 10 count, right? He puts the ring steps on top of AJ and stands on top of him. There's a spot here that I loved where he hits a bunch of just, open hand chops to AJ's chest, leaves a big handprint on his chest. And, AJ is so good as a fiery babyface, right? And he just, kind of asks him for more. And it was really, really well done. Great visuals as well. It's one thing that I'll say about a lot of these Bully Ray matches in this era. One of his big moves was the super bomb. So he'd hit it in ECW through tables and stuff like that. But as he was working, with all of the guys that could make him look really good, right? Styles and Aries and Hardy and all of these guys, right? This super bomb was a big move he'd do because the guys could take it, right? So he counters a run into a super bomb here. It looked really good. They get some blood. Bully Ray at the time, was clocking everybody with a chain. So he tries to do that to AJ. It doesn't work. AJ gets it. Hits pretty solid blade job from there. They end up working their way up to the stage, and this leads into a pretty crazy finish. So first of all, though, AJ hits a really crazy long form dive where he just runs and dives off the stage to Bully, who's at least 10 feet away. Just the distance that he covered on it was wild, and just a crazy freak athlete that AJ was, especially in this era. But it leads to this absolute wild finish. So AJ gets him on a table, and there's a big, lighting truss, a big lighting rig. And AJ climbs it and kind of does I'm going to jump from here. No, I'm going to keep climbing. And he climbs up, basically as high as he can go. And he hits just this wild and crazy elbow drop off of it. I chose a thumbnail of it, for the video here, so you can just see the height that he comes down from. And he crashes through the table. And then they do a finish that I remember at the time being very, very polarizing. So that, referees counting 10 because it's the last man standing match. And AJ, he gets up slightly before the count. But as he's getting up, Bully Ray takes his boot and basically just kicks AJ in the butt and sends him head first into the stage and through the stage, right? It's just kind of like some cheap wood. And he goes head first through it. And that allows Bully to, claw himself up right before the 10 count and beat the count. And I remember at the time, people, it was a little bit of a 50-50. Like I said, it was polarizing. Some people were like, that was a great finish. AJ really didn't lose anything in it. Bully barely survived. And then other people were like, you know, it was cheap. The wood on the stage, you know, clearly, you know, it didn't look so great. You know, AJ does this big, huge move only to get kicked in the butt to lose, right? It's a little silly. I liked it. I thought it came off pretty well. And same thing, right? The basic story was that Bully, you know, he's this bully. He finally had someone in AJ that was willing to stand up to him. You know, which is exactly what he did. Took him to his limit, split his head open, beat the tar out of him, and gave him some of his own medicine back. But by the skin of the teeth, this dude was able to pull out the victory, and it therefore gave him the justification for the next 2 years to still talk the trash he did. This match can be watched on Impact Plus, of course. Please subscribe here on YouTube, follow on Instagram and Twitter at Wrestling50, and join me again tomorrow as we continue to count down Pro Wrestling's Top 50.